everybody, this is Bonnie from bonniescreativeplace.stampinup.net, and I am here with our monthly online workshop. And if you would like to know more information on how to join my monthly workshop, you can either email me, and my email is in the description box below, or you can go over to my Facebook page, and there's a little drop down box that has like videos and posts and stuff like that, and there's one there that says notes, and if you click on the notes one, there's a note there that explains all my how I do my online classes and all that. So they're a lot of fun. You have to order the bundle in a nutshell that I'm working with, and then I ship you all the supplies and stuff to make the 4 cards. I write up a tutorial and I do the videos. So this is number 1, and for our November online class, and we have chosen the stamp set Peaceful Nativity. So this is the bundle, and then there are the dies that go with it. So we are going to be using these 2 dies. I did pull in this other stamp set. You do not have to order this stamp set, but I will be using this stamp right here and this stamp right here on these cards. If you have something of your own already that would work in the place of what I have, or if you want to substitute them maybe for something that's on here. But I really wanted to use this stamp and this stamp here. So this will be an add-on if you want to add it on to your bundle, or if you want to make the cards exactly like mine. So I will be showing you everything that I have used, and we will get started. If you are new to my channel, I would appreciate if you'd hit the little subscribe button. It's in the pink little square over there in the right hand corner at the bottom, and that will subscribe you, and you will be notified of when all my videos go live. So without any further ado, let's show you what card number 1 is. This is card number 1. Just looking down from it, it is so gorgeous. But then when you flip it up, it looks like this. It can be mailed, so you can mail it like that. It also could hold a really cute little tea light down in here and have it shine up on this. I thought that would be great. I make a fun fold type card every year for Christmas. I think one year we did, remember we did the little Santa step-ups, and then another year we did the sleighs with all the reindeers, and they opened up, the card opened up, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Well, I sit them out every year. I will keep this out, I'll put it out with my Christmas decor, and then I'll store it away with my Christmas stuff and put it out year after year, so that it's just a memory, and I just really like them. You do all that work and it's gorgeous. And this one, I think I'm going to set a little tea light in front of it. So I'm really excited. So let's get started on how to make this card. So first thing I want to tell you is the stuff that will come in your supply kit. I'm not going to give you the measurements. Don't worry about the measurements. If you've ordered this bundle, you will have the tutorial with all the measurements and everything in it. So you won't need to worry about that. And so we need a piece of Night of Navy, and this is going to be our base piece. And then we'll need another piece of Night of Navy, and this is going to be our bar piece that goes across it. This is going to be, you get a piece of Whisper White, and this will be for all our stamping. Then you need some Mossy Meadow scrap to do the trees, and some Early Espresso to do the trees. You will need some soft suede for the building in the back. You'll need a little piece of gold that you'll get for the star. You'll get another piece of Whisper White, and that's for stamping our greeting. And then you will get 4 pieces of the paper that is for the DSP paper, and this is out of the Snowflake, what's it called? Pardon Snowflake. I don't know, the Snowflake bundle that we got new. Let me see. Let me double check it. This is out of the Snowflake Splendor. That's what it's called. Whew. So out of the Snowflake Splendor, you will need 4 pieces of DSP, and you will need another piece of DSP that will be going into the back. Now, I will have this all pre-cut and ready for you in your kit, but also in your kit you will get all the directions and all the dimensions and everything for this so that you can remake them if you want to in the future. So before we get started, we're going to get our stamping done, so we'll get that out of our way so we don't have to worry about anything else. So right now, I'm going to be using Memento Black ink, and I'm going to stamp up the little manger part here. And we're going to stamp this right here. There, just like that. Then we're going to bring in the little donkey. We're going to put him right here in the middle of the manger. Then we'll bring in our little sheep, and we're going to stamp him right about there. And then we're going to bring in Mary, Joseph, and the baby. And we'll stamp this one right here. Okay. So now we have all our pieces stamped. Well, let's go ahead and stamp this too while we got it right here. So we're going to bring in this stamp. And this says, "Oh, come, let us adore him." And we're going to put it right down here. And there we go. I love the writing on that. We're going to set this one aside. And now we're going to be doing some coloring with our blends. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm coloring. Okay, I think that's good. So, the colors that we're going to be using are... We're going to do the little manger first, and I tried to keep a lot of this very simple. So we're going to be using Soft Suede Light, Soft Suede Dark, and then we're going to be using So Saffron Light and Daffodil Delight Light. So let's get going and we'll color this right in. Circular motion. Okay, so now we're going to bring in the Gray Granite Dark and the Gray Granite Light. Oh, and the Gray Granite Light. So we're bringing in both Gray Granite Dark and Gray Granite Light. I am going to be bringing in Smoky Slate Light. And I just did his whole leg. Making sure you're still in the camera. Or I am. I did his ears. And then I just kind of hit some of these spots. on him. Here and there. Then, to blend those spots, I took the color lifter. And what I did was I just went around and kind of just went over those spots a little bit, just to blend them in. I don't want them gone, so I'm just blending them. Okay, and that's all I did with the sheep, and then I left the sheep alone. So now we're going to start coloring in the little manger and all that stuff here. And these are how you color the first ones, and any ones in the future, if it calls for coloring, this is how I colored them. Okay, so just so you know. Alrighty, now let's get cutting stuff out. So I got the little cutter here. So these are all our parts. So when you get done cutting everything out, you should have 4 tree trunks or tree tops where you don't really need the stems. We're going to cut them off, or the trunks. Then you have 4 brown trees. Okay. And then you have 1 of these. You will have 1 of these. You will have a star. You'll have your donkey and your sheep. You'll have your Mary and Joseph and your stables. So that's everything that you should have. And I'm going to put them all right back in my little thing here. And I'm going to put this out of the way. And I'm going to put these out of the way because we got to get our scorer out. So now we're going to get back out the trimmer, because now we're going to do some scoring. So on the 8-inch or the 4 1/4 inch side, to open this all the way up, and there we go. Now we have to score at 1 3/8. So 1 3/8 is just before the half mark. So the half mark is here, and you're going to go back 2 tick marks to the 3/8. Okay? And remember, the score is the light colored one on the Stampin' Up! Trimmer. Okay, so we're going to score there. Then we have to go over to 2 3/4. So right here, and we're going to score. Then you have to go over to 5 1/2, right there, and you're going to score. And then you have to score at 6 7/8. And 6 7/8 is the tick mark. You're going to go all the way to the 7, and then you're going to go back 1, or back 2. I'm sorry. It's a 7/8. So 2 tick marks back from the 7, and we're going to score. Okay, so now we have this all scored and ready to go. I'll close this up, and we're going to get scoring. So first we're going to score on all our score lines. Okay, so here we have it. We have it so it opens up kind of like this right now. So we're going to open this all the way back up, and we're going to bring in our pieces, all our other pieces, and we're going to line these up. Well, not line them up, but just kind of position them on here. And my tape, oh, here, no, that one's, yeah, that's the one. Okay, and we're just going to run some Stampin' Seal down these, and we're just going to center them in just like that. Okay, and we're going to do that to all 4 of these. Okay, now we're going to bring in our little mat here, and we're going to first take the little, I don't know what, back part of the manger, I guess we could call it. So that's what I'm going to call it. And I'm just going to add a little bit of glue all the way around. Now I like to just sit this across here for a minute. Then I'm going to pick this up somehow here. And I want it just underneath. Oh, I forgot one thing with this. See, I did these cards earlier and I totally forgot that I cut off a leg here. Yes, this was too big. So when you get it, before you put your glue on, cut off one section on one side and one section on the other. Okay, we had to shorten this down. So I just took off a little pole on each side. And then I want this to kind of eyeball it like right about here. That looks about good. So we're going to put that down. I'm so sorry, and I will make sure to make a notation to wait before you put the glue on, because I ended up cutting it down and I forgot to show you. So I'll make sure I do that. Okay, so now we have this down here. So now we're going to take our Mary and Joseph here and the baby, and we're going to get some Stampin' Dimensionals. So we're just going to put a bunch of Stampin' Dimensionals. Well, I don't know about a bunch, but enough. Just gonna stick this right here. Stick that down. Now I forgot to get out one stamp out of this set, and it's this little like starburst. Then I'm gonna take the Night of Navy ink, and I'm just going to randomly stamp a few of these here and there on the page. There's no right or wrong, just stamp them up. Now we're going to find our little star, which is right there. And we are also going to put a little dimensional on the back of the star. And I think my star thing is hanging over. There we go. Just had to trim a little bit of the... And we're going to put this one just like that in the center. So it looks like that. Okay. So now we're going to get to this piece, the fun piece. Before we start though, I think we're going to add our grading. We're going to take this punch. I'm not sure what it's called. I will definitely have to, it's another like label punch. I will definitely have to look up what one I used. And I'm using this one here, not the one with the little bubble. I'm using this one on this side. And I'm just kind of helping it in. And then I'm going to look at the back side to make sure it's kind of even on both sides there. Give it a punch. And then we will do it again on the other side. Whatever way it wants to go in. And then I'll look at it, and I'll give it a punch. And there we go. We got that piece done. And we're going to put this piece right on top. Okay. So now we're going to set our card up. So from here to here, you can put adhesive, glue, whatever you want to do. I'm going to use some glue because it'll give me a little wiggle room. Okay. So I'm going to put some glue here and here. And I'm just guessing about how much. And I'm lining this up right with that end, like that. Lining it right up to the edge of this and to the edge of this. Don't want to go past it. You don't want any glue here. Then you're going to take this side and you're going to line it up right with that. And then take a look kind of feel down in there. See if you have any glue after it's dried a little bit. I don't have any glue anywhere. So it should sit like this now. Okay, I'm going to try to leave mine flat as much as I can here so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. And now we're going to bring in our little flowers. Well, palm trees they're going to be. So these are our palm trees. We're going to cut the stems off the little green part of the palm trees. Now one palm tree goes one way and another palm tree goes the other way. So just kind of match them up. Like this one goes together and this one goes together and this one goes together and this one. And then we're just going to add glue to the backs. So now we have them. So now it's time to attach this in this opening. And the best way that I found to do this is just to add a dab of glue here. Oops, that was quite a dab. Let me wipe some of that off. Use some over here. And a dab of glue on that side. And then just a little dab right down here at the bottom and at the bottom of this one. Then kind of sit it back on here. Kind of like that. Press down and kind of hold your areas that you put the glue on. And then check and see if any of your glue that you put on is hanging over. And none of my glue is. If you just put them right on the ends, you should be fine. And right on the ends down there. But just check. If it did, wipe it off. Another thing you can do to make sure it's not sticky, because you're going to fold this flat and you don't want it sticky, put your finger in a little bit of powder, baby powder, any type of thing, and then just rub your finger in there. And it will stop it from being sticky anymore. Anywhere you have any sticky, just rub it with a little bit of powder. Like right here, this kind of smoothed out, but I'm going to be putting a donkey there, so I think I'll be okay. But like in the back there, if anything was glued over, you'd put a little sticky on it. Okay, so now we're going to attach our trees. Now I wanted one tree that was going one way and kind of another tree that was going another way. And all I did was I ended up just putting a very little bit of glue on the backs. Not a lot. And a little bit down these. I'm trying not to squeeze it, so I'm just rubbing it down it. And I've got this tree right about here. Make sure you don't go off your page. Off your page over here. So just kind of hold it down. And then we're going to take this one. Got a little too much on that one, I can tell already. I don't like to have too much. And then I just lowered this one down a little bit and kind of inward. You can have it hanging off this way all you want, because it'll be inside here. So if you want it over a little more, you can do that. And I put that right there. And then we're going to do the other side. So now it looks like that. Isn't it cute? It's coming along. So I really, really like it. So far, so good. And then we're going to get our donkey. And we're going to put some Stampin' dimensionals on him. I don't think I cut this one. Nope, I didn't. That must be the other pack. Okay. And we're going to get our sheep. And we're going to put a dimensional on him. Now we're going to put one right here and kind of cover up. And if your sheep, you know, make sure your donkey, you don't go too far on his head if his head's sticking over here, because then it would stick. You don't want that. And then we're going to put our little sheep right here. Oh, he's got to go down just a tad bit. Right there. So isn't this adorable? I think I could have put a star up there. I'm going to try. I'm going to get out the Knight of Navy. And I'm going to stamp this right there. I'm going to lay it flat. And I'm going to put another little... That is the card like I did right here. So that's card number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to buy any of the products that you see here, you can go to bonniescreativeplace.stampinup.net and you can purchase them. And I hope you will give it a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe. So hit the little pink square. So I will be back in a few minutes with card number 2